All right. Hello, Virgo. Virgo, this is going to be your March 2023 outlook. We're going to start off with some astrology cards. All right, baby. House 1, first house. And most of your, well, really all of them other than that one came out reversed. So let's have a chit chat. We've got Leo in the reverse. We have air in the reverse. We have the North Node in reverse. I think there's some issues with confidence right now. And I think there's some issues with individuality and identity, especially with the first house being present. I think this is what is on the forefront of your mind this month. I think this is what you were deep in thought over. I think you're really trying to understand what direction it is you're wanting to go in, especially with the North Node here. You might want to check your chart. This could be a year, if you are a North Node and Aries person, the North Node is going to be in Aries. It's going to be activating the first house. So it is the house of individuality, and it's the house of ego, and it is the house of drive. So, well, Aries is a sign of drive or associated with drive, not necessarily the first house. But it can be how you approach your life. So I feel like this month is where you're going to really be thinking about where you're lacking confidence or where you're lacking creativity, because Leo does rule the fifth house of creativity. And I think right now with air in the reverse, I think it's very hard to communicate these things, and I think it's very hard to think about these things. It almost feels like you're relearning who you are, or you're relearning what you desire, or you're relearning what it is that you want and how to express yourself out in the world in the way that you would like to. So with that being said, let's kick it off. We're going to start with these cards, and then we're going to pull clarifiers on them. Yeah, you might be in a nodal return this year. And if you're not in a nodal return, whatever's happening this year is going to pull you into a very beautiful direction. I think it is just the beginning, my friend. I also think you need to see what house Leo falls in for you, because Leo had a very similar reading. So either you have a lot of Virgo in your chart and you're connected to a Leo, or vice versa, right? I need to breathe that out. We've got Judgment on the bottom of the deck. So I definitely feel like wake-up call, right? Emperor on the bottom of the deck as well. Connecting to that first house, baby. The Emperor is ruled by Aries. It is ruled by Mars. Mars also rules Scorpio, so take that into consideration as well. To me, that's more so when the Emperor shows up in the reverse, but we won't talk about that right now. But please take a look at Leo's reading, because I feel like it's important. Very similar cards here, and I shuffled this deck well. Starting off with the Lovers card, we then have the Magician, followed by the Six of Wands, followed by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Ten of Wands. I feel like this is a very inverted reading. And in some ways, I feel like something is a little flip-floppy here in comparison to Leo's reading. I feel like there was something that happened in your life where everything came together with the Lovers card, right? I think you felt it. Like, I think you felt like everything was in the right place. And you were very connected to the concept of like following your destiny or following your dream, because that is what the Lovers is about. It's about being connected to a higher source and following the path. Following the path of our like highest evolution, quote unquote highest evolution, right? The higher self. and making choices in accordance with that. And I feel like when you were in that, you were really able to create from that space, and you were able to feel this success that was connected to it, or feel at least seen and celebrated to some extent. But with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Wands, I feel like whatever is going on in that energy, there's been a cutoff point, because we're missing the 7, the 8, and the 9. And I feel like something happened where it feels as if there's been a blockage or a barrier. And if anything, it feels like you've been going through a period of not being able to communicate something. And if anything, feeling very barricaded or feeling very secluded, feeling very protective of yourself, feeling as if maybe potentially even wounded when I'm thinking about that 9. I find it very interesting that the Ace of Pentacles is smack dab between the 6 and the 10, because I feel like that's where something lies. It feels like something you were blocked from this. Like it feels like that is the barrier, this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like whatever this like new beginning it is that you need, or like this new taste of something, or this new path, or this new groundwork or framework, it feels like it's not accessible to you right now, or it feels very far away. Because with the Ten of Wands, there's been this thing of really feeling like you've been carrying a lot for a while. And it feels like maybe even feeling as if to some extent you've been doing a lot on your own. And maybe that energy is feeling very heavy to you. I feel like it's okay to put it down. Like I feel like it's necessary. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's necessary. So let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers here. I actually feel like also Judgment's here. I feel like Judgment wants you to put it down. I want you to stop thinking about it. Yeah. 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, with the Tower underneath that. You are about to have some divine intervention, baby. If you're not going to put it down, something's going to force you to put it down. It's going to force you to put it to rest. So with the Lovers, we had the Fool and the Chariot card. Like I said, this fresh new path that was available to you, it felt very inspirational. It was moving very rapidly, very quickly. I think you were going full throttle into it. I think it was a very beautiful thing. And then with the Magician, there was the 5 of Pentacles. There was something about this that helped get you out of a hard period. There was something about this that helped you get out of feelings of feeling abandoned in some way, or like feeling unseen. Like whatever this was, I feel like it really came in and it helped you. It really picked you up out of a bad spot. Whatever this was, whether it was a person, place, or thing, when it came into your life, it gave you hope. Like I think whatever this was, it helped you move forward. I think it helped you pick things up again, and I think it helped go this way. Like go this way. Come on, come on, come on. Like I think it really was feeding you. And then 6 of Wands with the Hermit card, I feel like I said, it reached a certain point and then something happened. Like something either happened that caused you to withdraw, something either happened that caused you to reflect or pull back, something either happened that caused you to enter into this solitary period, or this period where you were very removed from this experience. And then with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, we have the Knight of Cups and the 8 of Cups. Like, I feel like this was rejected. Like, there's something about this that felt rejected. Or maybe it's like you keep trying to do something, or you keep trying to approach something that you walked away from a long time ago, or that you removed yourself from in this energy. Right? And I think you're still carrying the burden of what's attached to this. And I think you're working really hard, or at least you're trying to. But what's funny is it's like, put it down. And if you don't put it down, I'll make you. That's life, by the way, not me. I'll make you, because if you're not going to choose what's in your best interest, the choice will be made for you. So whatever this is, whatever this, because I can't stop focusing on that. There is something that you fell off the horse. Like, I'm going to be real. You fell off the horse. Something knocked you off. I think the energy was all there. I think it was moving you in a beautiful direction. And then something happened. And it almost feels like you were feeding something from the past emotionally. Like, it almost feels like you were trying to revisit something, or you were trying to stay connected to it. Like, even when you already moved away from it, like, it feels like you were teasing it in some way. And I don't mean as in actually teasing it, but I feel like because of the period, right, of like stagnancy or being cut off or being pulled back or like being separated from whatever this was or is, because I definitely think there's still a choice here that needs to be made. I feel like you're trying to hang on to an old way of something, and it's time to let it go, and it's time to go in a new direction, north node direction, right? Tap into that confidence. Tap into the confidence that whatever this was that came into your life brought you. Because this was a fresh opportunity. It is a fresh opportunity. And it's like the judgment call needs to be made to grab it. I'm not saying you're going to lose it, because with the world in reverse, you're not going to lose it. But with the world in reverse, it's connected to the devil. So I really think there's something that you're still chained to that's very difficult. Whether it is critical self-talk, whether it's obsessive thought patterns, whether it is feelings of worthlessness, whether it is feelings of not being good enough. This is like old thinking stuff. Addiction, powerlessness. You're not actually powerless here. And I feel like something's been lighting the way for you, or someone's been lighting the way for you, or someone's been kind of showing you how to do it. And I just feel like something happened where you fell off, whether for a short time or a long time. I definitely think this is over the course of the last year. There's just been a lot of challenges you've been going through. And I feel like you've been in the process of letting a lot of stuff go from the past. But it's the end of the road with something. With all these tens, honey. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you're not going to release yourself from the energy of the devil, something's going to come in and it's going to make you. And the Tower is a beautiful thing. Divine intervention. And there is hurt, there is pain, there is the shock of it all. But what's on the other side of it is fucking fabulous. A lot of times I actually feel like the Tower isn't really a shock at all. I think it feels like one. But I always think we see the storm coming. We just don't think it'll actually hit us. And maybe that's a surprise. So, big changes this year. And I think this month marks the beginning. So, I'll see you guys later.